Are you your body or your mind? Or are you something higher? Do you know who you are? Or do you merely think you know? And does it really matter? Our materialistic society, with its unenlightened leadership, has made it virtually taboo to inquire into our soul, into our real higher self. Instead, we use our valuable time maintaining, decorating, and pampering the body for its own sake. Might there be an alternative? The first step is to know the difference between a living body and a dead body. What is the difference? The difference is that when someone dies, the spirit soul or the living force leaves the body, and therefore the body is called dead. So there are two things: one, this body, and the other, the living force within the body. We speak of the living force within the body. That is the difference between the science of Krishna consciousness, which is spiritual, and ordinary material science. As such, in the beginning, it is very, very difficult for an ordinary man to appreciate a movement. One must first understand that he is a soul or something other than his body. You can understand at any moment, but it requires a little intelligence. For example, as a child grows, he becomes a boy. The boy becomes a young man. The young man becomes an adult. And the adult becomes an old man. Throughout all this time, although his body is changing from a child to an old man, he still feels himself to be the same person with the same identity. Just see, the body is changing, but the occupier of the body, the soul, is remaining the same. So we should logically conclude that when our present body dies, we get another body. This is called transmigration of the soul.
That's it,
The,
Mataji. I'll read now.
oh, sorry, you can see.
Yeah. The first thing is to understand that you are a spirit soul, and because you are a spirit soul, you are changing your body. This is the ABC of a spiritual understanding. So when your body is finished, annihilated, you are not finished. You get another body. Just as me, you may change your coat and shirt. If you come to see me tomorrow wearing a different shirt and different coat, does that mean you are a different person? No. Similarly, each time you die, you change bodies, but you, the spirit soul within the body, remain the same. This point has to be understood. Then one can make further progress in the science of Krishna consciousness. The spirit soul is invisible to our material eyes. It is atomic in size. After the destruction of gross body, which is made up of the senses, blood, bone, fat, and so forth, the subtle body of mind, intelligence, and ego goes on working. So at the time of death, the subtle body carries the small spirit soul to another gross body. The process is just like air carrying a fragrance. Nobody can see where this rose fragrance is coming from, but we know it is being carried by the air. You cannot see how, but it is being done. Similarly, the process of transmigration of the soul is very subtle. According to the condition of the mind at the time of death, the minute spirit soul enter into the womb of a particular mother through the semen of a father, and then the soul develop a particular type of body given by mother. It may be human being, it may be cat, a dog, or anything. The soul is present in the heart of the living entity, and it is the source of all the energies for maintaining the body. The energy of the soul is spread all over the body, and this is known as consciousness. Since this consciousness spread the energy of the soul all over the body, one can feel pains and pleasure in any part of the body. The soul is individual and he is transmigrating from one body to another, just as a person transmigrates from babyhood to childhood, from childhood to boyhood, from boyhood to youth, and then to advanced old age. Then the change called death take place when we change to a new body. Just as we change our old dress to a new dress, this is called transmigration of the soul. Now, next paragraph, Mother, you can read. Last
Should I?
paragraph. Yeah, the last paragraph. People should.
People should first be taught that what they are. Are they their bodies or something else? That is the beginning of education. Now everyone is educated to think he is his body. Because someone accidentally gets an American body, he thinks I am American. This is just like thinking I'm a red shirt. Just because you are wearing a red shirt, you are not a red shirt, you are a human being. Similarly, this body is like a shirt or coat over the real person, the spirit soul. If we recognize ourselves simply by our bodily shirt or coat, then we have no spiritual education.
Thanks a lot, Mother. So there are many important points here that are covered by Srila Prabhupada. One is this consciousness. So this consciousness is because of the soul, and this consciousness travel across our body through blood. So that's why you can see that wherever the blood flow is not there, wherever the blood is not there, so like in or or the blood flow is less, not that uh, major, there we
Ah,
feel less pain. So like if we cut our nails, because the blood flow is not there, we don't feel much pain. We cut hair,
okay.
we don't feel much. But wherever this blood flow is more, like if throughout our body, wherever inside the skin, if there is little bit of pinching will do, will feel more pain. But so how we can relate throughout our whole bodies because of this consciousness which is traveling across our body through this blood. Otherwise, we have in reality no connection with this body. Just because of the presence of soul in this body, we feel that we are this body.
Yes.
And this is how the sophisticated arrangement of this body is made. So here Prabhupada
Hmm.
is encouraging every one of us to just understand that who in reality we are. And if we
Hmm.
just understand this, then so much of our time waste will be saved.
Yeah.
So, so in the first paragraph, Prabhupada explaining, so like the current education system or the government, if you see, what throughout education, whatever is being taught to children is just about how they can earn their daily bread or how they can maintain this body, which from the spiritual perspective, we see the real spiritual science is not of much concern. In
Yes.
our Indian society, we know this concept, simple living, high thinking. Why that was encouraged is because people understand that they are not this body. This body should be maintained as simply as possible. Whatever simple food they can get, simple lifestyle, bathing 2 times or 3 times in a day, maintaining this body in a healthy fashion by eating home cooked food, offer it to the Lord, then accepting it. Not going for anything too fancy, just for the uh, pleasure of tongue. It's not that for the pleasure of tongue one should eat voraciously or non-vegetarian food stuff and all those things. Why? Because this body is just an
Yes.
external covering given to us for few years, and the main purpose is to cultivate understanding of self, to make a relationship with Lord, and then to return back home back to God. But right now, as per the current education system, they are just being taught how you can earn the bread, which is actually of no concern, because as a natural arrangement itself, there is enough food stuff that is available. So much of land is available, even if so government, rather than raising all these
Hmm.
unnecessary trees, if they will just plant the trees which are bearing fruits, then so much problem of beggars that we have, that they don't have anything to eat, they are just sitting on the street. They can easily pluck any of the fruits from the trees and they can eat.
Yes.
But now what to speak about western government, even Indian government as well. If you see across the road, all the useless trees which are not bearing any fruits, they are being raised. There are earlier, even just before a few years, 500 years ago, if you see Shesha Suri and all, when they have constructed these Grand Trunk Road, across it there are trees of mangoes, guava, all the different berries, all the different fruit bearing trees were being uh,
Planted.
raised. Yeah, so that anyone who is going by the road, if they want to take rest, they can pluck out mangoes, guavas, papayas, whatever fruits they want, they can eat sufficiently and they can go. But now government is thinking, oh, uh, we should plant ashok trees or eucalyptus tree, which is of no use. And so, so that's the case. And why? Because why fruits and all those things? Why? Because rather than cut all those trees and have some McDonald's across the streets, so that they will get revenue. So this is what is all mentality. Uh,
Hmm.
so so the very first form is of Vedas is Athatu Brahma Jigyasa. One should know that what is his identity, and then comes the next questions, that then why I am suffering, all those things which is covered in the next subject matter. So the first thing is one should understand what you are. Right now, there is like all this women liberalization movement and all those things are going on. Earlier, that was not the case. Earlier, people were aware that because of chance, because of whatever one is thinking at the time of death, one got a male body or a female body. Actually, there is no difference. If one is at the time of his death, if a male is thinking about his wife, then next birth he become a woman. If a woman is thinking about her husband, then in the next birth she become male. And that's why it was very much encouraged that women should be always thinking about her husband. So that is having even the benefit that next birth she'll get a male body. Husband is always told to be detached, because if he'll die thinking of woman, then he'll become a woman. And definitely on a spiritual perspective, there is no difference. But materially, a male has a suitable body because he can even go to the forest, do tapasya, do take sannyas.
Yes.
So, that's why the male body is recommended. Otherwise, from the spiritual perspective, there is no difference.
Yes.
So,
Hare Krishna, maybe the male body is more suitable to go to the spiritual world and easily attainable since he can do tapasya and also he is encouraged to do that and not to think of the female body. Then he'll go again in the whole cycle again and again. Then.
no, until and unless um, you can understand that the difference between this body remains until and unless one is not on the spiritual platform. Till the point one is not on a spiritual platform, definitely, if on the bodily platform, you can understand that if both male and female are on the bodily platform, then as well, because female, when she's on the bodily platform, she'll think of her body more, how to decorate her body, how to look beautiful, and all those things. Even male on the bodily platform will not think much how to look beautiful and all those things. So So from psychological perspective, it's they're made in such a fashion that uh, even if they are not on the spiritual platform, for a male, because of simple lifestyle, for him to take on spirituality is easy for a compared to the female. But if the both of them come to the spiritual platform, then it's all the same. Then both of them have equal opportunity. So that's the case. Um, so initially, it's for all of us until unless we don't come into Krishna consciousness, we are living our body just like we are this body only. We are so we don't have this understanding. Even though as an Indian, we all know we are a soul, we are not this body, but we are living just like we are the same body. If and we are just thinking from the childhood itself, oh, I have to do something good, I have to earn some money, I have to make myself a name in the society. Um, all those things, whatever one is thinking of, they are just on the body platform. They cannot think beyond that. Oh, within next 30, 40 years now, this body is about to be over.
Mm.
So this this mindset itself is not coming to us.
Yeah. Yes, we have a short term. We think only till our this lifetime. We don't
Yeah,
think
we cannot
that.
think beyond it.
Uh,
If one can think, he's really fortunate. Um,
uh,
yeah. Otherwise, it's really impossible for one to. Even right now, you can see so many people are there. If you ask them, they will just say, "Oh, I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that." They cannot even think of that whatever they are achieving is just maybe for next 20, 30 years that's going to stay. Then what?
mm,
They cannot think beyond that. And this is due to the illusory energy of the Lord Maya Devi. That Maya Devi, until unless one don't want to serve Krishna, he will remain in this material world for time immemorial. Yes, Reena Mataji, I think you have some question.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, I am late today. I was overhearing your discussion, the previous discussion, and I hope you don't mind just going over it one more time. Because my question is, when you said it's easier for somebody in a male body to go on the spiritual path, is that what you were implying?
I was saying that um, till the time one is not Krishna conscious. So if two-person are on the material consciousness, male and female, then for a male to make progress is easy. Why? Because male bodies to make progress is easy. Why? Because for if someone is having a male body, then
Hmm.
for example, he has to uh, even though for example he has to take sannyas, he has to go to the forest, he has to do tapasya, or he has to go in the companies of sadhus. So there may be genuine sadhu, there may not be genuine sadhu, but a male is, because male is considered stronger bodied person, so he can do more experimentation than compared to if someone got a female body. Why? Because for female it is uh, even in earlier days it was not allowed for females to go and go into the gurukulas and stay with guru. Why? Because there are chances uh, if for example the another person, even right now there are so many um, fake sadhus or things like that.
Hmm.
So if someone is not genuine, then uh,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah, then there is more problems.
Hmm.
But for a male, like he understand and then he can return back. So for female, even though earlier going alone in the journey and all those things, they were prohibited. They
Hmm.
always need protection. There are the fairer sex, so they were always protected. So earlier the culture was male was sent for spiritual realization. If he will become spiritually realized,
Mm.
It's always sought after that then a female will be, when she will be married, husband should be first class devotee. So husband will engage wife into devotional aspects,
Mm.
or even just serving husband. She will also go back home back to God. If a husband is a first class devotee and wife is faithfully serving husband, then just like guru serving guru, so if
Mm.
for someone is serving Guru faithfully, then he'll go back home back to Godhead. Similarly, so husband is serving Guru and wife is serving husband. Both go back home back to Godhead.
Mm. So I think this my observation is actually with the bhakti movement, the females are more called to God's service compared to males, like especially in the modern times now. At least I'm observing in my family, and that's the take I have, that males are like, oh, we have to go on and everything, and so all the spiritual stuff is a woman's initiative in families now. And I just feel that it is naturally women are more prepared for that devotion because they are already serving their families, their kids, and everything. So it seems that is an easier, what do you say, easier
Mm,
for them to access and go on the bhakti route
yeah.
compared to males these days. Is that your observation as well?
Yes, Mataji, definitely. And Prabhupada also had this observation because Prabhupada used to say because they naturally have propensity to serve, and
Right.
this devotional service is relying on this service only. So they naturally have a propensity to serve. So and their um, you can say um, they are sober, or they easily accept
Hmm.
if there is something right, rather than male who can give so much of excuses. So for
Right.
them to accept this Krishna conscious principle is easy,
Right.
and definitely once after accepting, for female to make progress is easy. Yeah. And after coming to the spiritual platform, it's all the same.
Right.
uh, so there is no difference earlier as well. Even Prabhupada has quoted all this in Gujarati families, in Marwadi families. All these husbands, they were busy in money making, but they
Yeah.
were aware that until and unless Krishna is not pleased, they are not going to prosper. So they request their wives to 100% engage in service
Mhm.
to Krishna.
Yeah.
So that you all always keep engaged in devotional service to the Lord and let us make money. Because they were aware that if even one person in a family is Krishna conscious, then the whole family is saved.
Right.
So from there, like all the Matajis taking more part in devotional services became prominent, even
Right.
right now as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
So, and earlier to that, I was just talking about that it's just by chance one get male body or a female body. So whatever one thinks at the time of death, that body once acquire. So one getting female body, mm, there there are highly likelihood that the time of death he's thinking about female. There is a real story around it. Um, it's so there is one devotee. It's already documented. It's a recent story. That whatever one think at the time of death, that body he acquires. So it's a long. Hare Krishna. Mataji, there is some background noise. I'll just thank you. So there is a real story around it. It has happened recently. There is a one devotee, um, uh, devotee Mataji, and when she first came in association with devotees in UK, then she felt that in earlier lives as well, she might have some. connection with devotees. One devotee she saw, Tribhuvan Prabhu, and she remembered that there is some past life connection with this devotee, but she was not aware that what is that. And she used to get some nightmares, and in that nightmare she used to see different things. And then she was the disciple of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, and Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj then requested her to do past life regressions. Then she started undergoing those sessions where one goes deep into their consciousness, because by the mercy of Lord we forget everything, but there is all the things also stored in somewhere in our memory, whatever we have done in the past life. So um, she has like one mark in her hand. She was fearful of the dog, and there are like her digestive system, liver, etc. were weak. She has some scars on her stomach. Um, and then with all the help of the past life regression, with the dreams that she is looking into, she understood that she is in her last birth. She was a brahmachari. She was a new brahmachari in the movement, and and somehow she was once going in a car with one of the devotee, that same Tribhuvan Prabhu. And while he, he as a brahmachari was on the backside of a van, somehow uh, he got the Prabhu who was driving, he got little nap, and there was an accident. And then there are some um, steel rods which are pierced, which pierces his stomach, and then he died. So then he start understanding about that brahmachari's life. So he thought that if I was brahmachari, I was serving ISKCON as a brahmachari doing the book distribution, then how I got this female body? Definitely at the time of my death, I was thinking of some female. And then she inquired from the friends of those brahmacharis. So they told, yeah, there was one Mataji, she used to come to the temple, and this brahmachari has a little crush toward that Mataji. And she right now, so this brahmachari now right now is in the body of a Mataji. So she thought that let me go and meet that particular Mataji. And when she met that Mataji, she saw that her features, her facial features, her height, her looks are completely similar to the another Mataji with whom he met. And then, without any doubt, he understood that, yeah, that brahmachari, when I was having that body of a brahmachari, I was thinking of her only. That's why my body is completely like that. So then she understood like what Krishna is saying. Whatever form you think at the time of death, that you will become. So whatever form we have got when we go to the mirror and we see, we can understand in our last birth we must be thinking of a person of this features. That's how we are getting this kind of features and personality or um, look sight. So this male or female getting male or female body is just like what we are thinking at the time of death, that we get. And that's why it's very important that one think about Krishna. When one think about Krishna, then one get transferred to Krishna lok. So that's a very subtle science. Otherwise there is um, not much into it. Whatever we think, accordingly we get body. If someone is just thinking to become a superstar, just like you might have seen this movie Om Shanti Om, he was always thinking to become a superstar, and then he was born into a family of superstar only. Automatically, he get the opportunity to become superstar, and that is a fact as well. When we see someone born in a family of actors and actresses, and naturally we see they have a inclination toward acting. They have natural inclination to become actress or actor. Why it is happening? It's their desire is already there according to their karma. Now they get this opportunity that they can fulfill it. So It's naturally happening. Lord, whatever your desires is, Lord is just fulfilling that. Whatever you are doing, you all have come now here to this Canada because there is maybe some desire inside your mind, you have to be here. So similarly, whatever desires you have, accordingly different birth we keep on taking. But the essence is now we understand that what is our real identity? Who am I? I am that same soul acquiring different bodies and going on in a different experiences. Sometimes I become male, sometimes I become female, sometime I become an American, sometime I become an Indian, sometime an African. So according to the karmas that I am doing and uh, our desires. So my desire uh, may be that I will become a great swimmer. But if my karma is not enough that I get a human body, then I will get a body of a fish, and then I keep swimming in the water. So desire of swimmer is there, but karma of getting a human body is not there, so I'll get a body of a fish. So accordingly, this everything, all this um, universe is going on, and we are not only getting birth in this Earth only. We go to the higher planetary system as well. If we do very pious karmas, we can go to the higher planetary system. Very uh, bad karmas, we can go to the lower planetary system. So like that. So so one can understand it in any moment. It requires a little intelligence. So we very well can see that uh, we we have this remembrance of our childhood as well. When we were child, we were playing with our friends, and sometimes we see school reunion pics. We see how everyone was so small. We were all looking childish, and now everyone is grown up. Um, Everyone has aged, but still we remember everything, what activities we were doing. Sometimes we see school reunion pics. Oh, in this school, there we were standing. This is the classroom where we were studying. So we remember everything. Only some time has already been elapsed. Now maybe 20 years have been elapsed, or so. So the and sometimes when we go in front of mirror and then we see, oh, now it seems we are becoming old. But the same soul is same intact, the same soul. Only just because the body is becoming now weak, so we feel, oh, now we are becoming old. But in reality, there is no change. It's if the soul is given the same kind of new body, it will again, because of the quality of body that it has got, it will feel a new vigor. So it's same Arnold now because his body has become weak. He cannot do similar set of push-ups and other things. But if the same soul is given, if similar kind of new Arnold kind of body, then he will do same thing. So we are just feeling because we are so much like we were discussing. The soul is so much connected with this body, with our understanding, with consciousness flowing. We ourselves start feeling we are this body only, and we start feeling, oh, we are becoming old. But in reality, we are not becoming old. We are not becoming um, anything. Similarly, we when we die as well, it's just a change of a body. So at every stage of our life, we have got this body. When we were child, we have this body, some body change into youth, then into old. Similarly, after death, there will be some body, again new body that we'll get. So and that change, that's why this change is not considered big. The only benefit that one can get out of this duration of acquiring this human form of body is that this human form of body has till the time you have this human form of body, your consciousness is elevated. You can think of Krishna conscious subject matter. But if even getting this human form of body, you're thinking of how to get your daily bread, how to eat nicely, how to sleep nicely, then you're just wasting it. Why? Because when you get another kind of a body, you get a body of an animal, your consciousness will be very down. So when people sometimes have tendency, like all these Chinese people, they have tendency to eat anything and everything. They eat all garbage, all the animal waste and everything. They're just eating it. So the result is that once they leave this body, material energy of the Lord, she understand that, oh, even though he got human form of life, but he's not utilizing it properly. What is the benefit of giving him human form of life? Then there is, in reality, these are narkas. There are places in which they are punished. So if it is decided that, oh, this person will get a body of a hog, then he will be first make accustomed to eating stool. So he will be punished in in those planets by feeding him with all these excreta, and then once he become accustomed, then he will be given a body of a pig, and then for a pig it's all normal. For pig it's he has natural inclination for that, but this is how he is made accustomed. So one should understand that one should not again think to fall down, because once this human form of life is finished, then again getting this is very rare. Like after 84 lakh species of life, one get the opportunity to get again this human form of life. So one should not just waste it in earning some more money. I should get some little more money, and then waste all his life just in earning money. For what sake? No one knows. How much times you have done the same thing. You have earned so much of money and passed so many births, but you have not worked on yourself. That's why you are still here in this material world.
Then how do we tell any person who doesn't so much believe in religion that the dangers of eating all animals and all those? How do we tell them, explain them? If he's a nearby, is a close relative or like that, how do we tell him?
Um, Scientifically as well, they can understand so many diseases now that are happening um, in human beings, and one of the major reason is they're eating something which is not meant for them. Um, so all this non-vegetarian food stuff, anyways, we if we see our um, organs, the way like we have um, small intestine, large intestine, their area, that our teeth structure, the way it is positioned, the bile juices that we have, it's all meant for digesting vegetarian food stuff. And still people are eating non-vegetarian food stuff. Eating non-vegetarian food stuff, we have uh, large intestine, and when people take this non-vegetarian food stuff, it it uh, decomposed in that large intestine, and that's why people who are eating non-vegetarian food stuff, they develop piles and so many kind of different problems. Cancer is also becoming too much of prevalent these days because of eating all those food stuff
Yes,
which
yes,
one
yeah,
cannot digest.
yes, yes. Colon cancer and all, they are a lot in non-vegetarian people.
Sorry.
Colon cancer cases are more in non-vegetarian people. Lot.
Yes, yes. So the problem is that even now the doctors or everyone, they don't understand that uh, the very basic of the basic fundamental principle that what we are. Who am I? I am a spirit soul. So that understanding is missing. So now the only understanding, oh, you are here to enjoy. So whatever you can enjoy, you just take McDonald's burger, you just take KFC's chicken, everything. Even though everyone is aware it's all unhealthy, it's not at all fit for consumption. So many diseases every time it's coming, bird flu, this and that. But then also, and even in KFC and all, there's if you go to the farm, KFC farm, you can see that that chicken is no more chicken. They have genetically modified as such. It's neither having any wings, just only skin, and skin is there. So they are just genetically modified it to such an extent. And if someone is eating such a genetically modified animal, then what is going to have an impact on his body? No one is aware. Neither there is anyone thinking to do research on that, because all the research paper, even if someone will do the research and will say, oh, this is bad, then all those research will be stopped. Even sometime when people they come, they say that, oh, all these cold drinks and all those things, they are very bad for health, then it's all stopped. All those person will be boycotted, or they will be sent notice, and then so much of legal trouble. But any intelligent person can understand, oh, I got this body. Lord has anyways given us with the food that we have to eat to just make it fit. And the purpose of this body is to realize oneself. And all these scriptures are already being given to understand one's position in this material world. And once one understand I am a part and parcel of Krishna, my um, aim of my life is to again establish this relationship. I want to serve someone. Service I am doing here in this material world as well, but neither I am satisfied, neither the person I am serving is satisfied. I may be serving my boss, my wife, my children, my dog, my cat, my nation, but no one is satisfied, neither I am satisfied. If same service is applied to Krishna, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying Jiver Swarup Hoy Krishna Das, then I will understand everything about myself as well, because all the knowledge is there. People are just thinking that they are this body because uh, till the time they don't want to serve Krishna, they will remain under illusion. And this is how external energy of the Lord act. Till the time one want to remain in this material world, different and different desires keep on coming, life after life after life, and one can remain here because until unless one don't want to come out of this game, one has to be engaged somewhere. So Mayadevi keep one engaged in this material world. She has enough of toys to give to person to remain uh, engaged in this material world. And like already it's given that spirit soul is invisible to materialize. Calculation is given in Shvetashvara Upanishad that just like you take a tip of a hair, the dot that you can see tip of the hair, if you divide it into 10,000 part, and one part of that is the size of soul, so it's atomic in size. So once the gross body is finished, if someone is walking and then there is a bus coming at a very high speed and then there is a collision, bus will hit a person, body may be finished, but the soul will never get finished. How much hard one may try, soul is eternal. And that is the mercy of Lord on us. We can never die. When Lord has created us as his children, we are never annihilated. We just keep on changing our body. And Lord as a super soul also accompany us always. Um, Lord remains with us. He keep thinking that, oh, when we are going to think about Lord, when we can divert our attention toward Lord, and then we can return back home, back to Godhead. There are so many ways we can remember Lord. Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanam. It's very easy. You can be at your home, but just by chanting, you can remember Krishna. By serving Krishna, offering him some food stuff, by performing deity worship, by reading his books, any way we want, we can get connected to Krishna. And that is for that purpose only, to again reestablish our lost connection with him. Um, this whole material world is created for to give opportunity to human being, and we are utilizing it for all the other purpose. We are thinking, oh, this is for us to do some advancement in IT or do some research thing or things like that. No, automatically everything will go on in its own way by Lord's will. We may be thinking, oh, I'm a very good coder, I'm a very good developer, tester, and all this. Everything, these all things will anyways go on. It's not that you will do something good or very nice. No, the only purpose of creation of this material world is that somehow you remember about Lord and you return back home, back to God. Other than that, you can't do anything. You may have maybe one house, two house, you can make 10 house, whatever. But it's just like a child play. Once you have, at one point of time, you have to leave this game. You can't take anything. And then as per the activities that you have done, pious or impious, you will get another body. Soul enter into another womb of a particular mother as per your activities that you have done, and then you may get either mm, human body or a cat body or dog body, any body.
Other humans are entangled in this Maya bazaar.
Yes, and one keep on thinking himself in terms of what kind of body he's got. So when we were child, when we were being asked that who are you, then we say that I am son or daughter of this and this, my parents' name is this, I live in this country, or I am my nationality is this. And right now as well, if we are just thinking, oh, I am American, Australian, or Indian, it's just like identifying myself with the color of shirt that I am wearing. I am a red shirt, I am a white shirt, black shirt. But in reality, I'm not. Neither I belong to America, or I may be, because right now I am in this earth. In next birth, it may be there. I may not be in this earth. I may be in some different planetary system. I may be in some higher planetary system, lower planetary system. So how I can say I'm an Indian or someone? I'm just a soul, part and parcel of Krishna. And there are 14 planetary system in every universes, and each soul when stuck in a particular universe, he can go up and down in these 14 planetary system. Only these nitya mukta jeev like Srila Prabhupada, they are not bounded up. So in these 14, so after taking birth in this universe system, they can take birth in another universe, preach there, in another universe, preach there, in another universe, preach there. All the devotees as well intimately connected with Srila Prabhupada, they will also. But we as a conditioned soul, we just can go up and down in these 14 planetary system. Either we can become even a Brahma in this 14 planetary system, we can go to Brahmalok, or we can become an insignificant ant, or we can go to the lowest of the planetary system. Or if we really do devotional services, even in one birth, we return back home, back to Godhead. So that's a very simple thing. But not serving Lord, there are unlimited desires that will come in our mind, unlimited kind of confusions that will come. Otherwise, it's very simple. If any sober person, if just sit, he can think, yeah, I can remember of my childhood, I can remember of my youth time. Now, so quickly, I got this middle-aged man or woman's body. Now, soon it will be like old age body, and then I will be finished. So, am I not wasting my life? in just some um, non-fruitful endeavor? Should I utilize my life, the time remaining in my life, in correct thing? And then if we'll utilize in a proper direction, perform devotional services to the Lord, chant, take prasad, he can easily go back home, back to God. It's very easy because we all are coming from there. We all, Lord is always waiting for that. So all the arrangement are already done. And if we ignore it, then the result is same, like just transmigration of this body from one body to another body, which is already done for some of our grandparents, for some people, their parents as well. And same will happen for us as well. So that's it for now. Any questions if anyone is having? Okay. Anyone would like to read this preaching is the essence? You can unmute and read. Hare Krishna. Jatin Prabhu, I could see.
Yeah, from which paragraph?
The last paragraph, preaching the knowledge of the living entities.
Preaching is a sense, preaching the knowledge of the living entities. Spiritual existence is the highest welfare work. Uh, the living entity must preach this knowledge of self-realization after protecting himself and understanding his own position as an eternal sevak of Krishna. Preaching this is showing real mercy to living entities. Other types of humanitarian work may be temporarily beneficial for the body. But because a living entity is spiritual soul, ultimately one can show him real mercy only by revealing knowledge of his spiritual existence. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Sarupa Hai Krishna Nityadasa. Krishnera Nityadasa. Every living entity is constitutionally a servant of Krishna. One should know this fact perfectly and should preach it to the mass of the people.
Yeah,
Can you
thanks.
scroll?
Yeah, thanks,
Oh,
bro.
thank you. Hare
So
Krishna.
it's just very simple that one understand his own position and then help others as well. So we ourselves can very well understand our situation by these discourses. Um, and then by chanting, we can always remain in this consciousness, because right now, the consciousness that we have got, once this session is over, if we don't act in our eternal state, that is Jivir Swarupa Krishna Nityas, and this chanting, this basically reminding us, it's a completely spiritual um, uh, vibration, which automatically uh, make us connect with Krishna, because name of Krishna are non-different than Krishna. If we deliberately hear this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then we understand our situation in this material world and then help others as well, for them to remind that what is in reality their situation, their reality in this material world. Their reality is not being a father of these kids and being husband to this or wife to this or children of this. No, their real identities, they're eternally part and parcel of Krishna. All these other identities are meant to be changed. In next 20-30 years, that identity will change. They will no longer be husband or wife to that particular person. Body will change and then new identity will be formed. But the eternal identity that they have, if they will act on that, then there is no more need of changing that identity again and again in every birth. They can attain their eternal identity and return back home, back to Godhead. That's it for now. Any questions, if anyone is having, they can raise right now. Else we'll meet next week again and then discuss another topic in detail. Hare Krishna. Thanks everyone for your time.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.